AEW Fight Forever's DLC could be an all-timer, with them already confirming that they're going to essentially work on this game consistently, adding in new content and building upon it. For at least the next few years, the DLC in this game has the potential to leave us with an all-timer wrestling game, especially a year from now. And listen, I am well aware of the meme of me, calling 2K23 all-timer, AEW Fight Forever all-timer. Why this changes the game? Why this is a game changer? Listen, I know, but it works, and if it ain't broke. But before we get to talking about DLC and some of the things I'd like to see, let's quickly talk about the new tag team gameplay we got. And this is not to be confused with the tag team gameplay we got the other day. This new gameplay features some pretty exciting things. Like, for example, right at the end here, we saw the first gameplay of a German suplex into the Tron screen, which actually breaks the board. I will love it, and I think I deserve it. Once again, another German suplex environmental grapple very similar to the one we saw a few days ago with Brody Lee and his German suplex, which broke the barricade. Adding on to this, we saw some gameplay of Ruby Soho getting powerbombed into the steel steps Kevin Owens style. We also got another look at the Young Bucks, this time with their tag team entrance. We got a first look at the Best Friends and the Lucha Brothers. Specifically though, I want to go ahead and point out the Lucha Bros, which look fuego. Between all the little gameplay clips we got in this trailer, the tag team moves seem really fluid. This spinning face breaker gimmick that the Bucks hit is super sweet as well, and I don't know what the obsession is with poor Aubrey Edwards getting her beat in all of these trailers. And I don't know if anyone will remember this, but do any of you remember? Because it just reminded me. You remember the WWE 2K14 story, Life as a Ref? I don't know why, but I literally just thought about that and I was like, huh. There's a memory unlocked. We then see another gameplay clip of the Best Friends working together. Great to see Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta in a video game. I remember back in the day when I was playing SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. We then see a clip of the Lucha Bros with a double super kick to Jericho. Once again, playing as Penta and Phoenix in this game is going to be so sweet. This was also easily anchored by this clip of Phoenix soaring through the sky with a springboard. Brody Lee and John Silver were also seen working well together, of course, in this trailer against Team Taz. Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs having one last run together. God, I really miss them together. And we, of course, already know that this game is an intergender style kind of thing, so Sammy and Tay are seen teaming up right here. And finally, we saw a double super kick to Trent Beretta and also the Blackpool Combat Club taking out Jungle Boy. Now let's go ahead and talk about the reason why you're all here, the DLC. Because I got this comment the other day and it kind of got me thinking, you should make one big DLC wishlist video of things you want and popular requests from the community. Personally, I want an indie star pack of guys who aren't known to anyone outside of Wrestling Geek. It also needs a cage match. But when it comes to confirmed DLC so far, we know that the Season Pass will have multiple DLC packs officially, since the first set has been referred to as Season Pass 1. This, of course, featuring Hookhausen, Keith Lee and the Bunny, and FTR. Of course, along with the pre-order bonus of Matt Hardy. Now, obviously, we don't know the full confirmed roster yet, so this is just speculation. But we can kind of take an educated guess at the timeline of this roster and, who is going to be in the game and who will be DLC based on what we've seen so far. But overall, I do think the DLC should be kind of a variety gimmick. Like, it should have additional characters, maybe some weapons, some mini games, maybe even some match types in there if you want to get real fancy. And then you should save some things like, attires and whatnot for the item shop. Things that will essentially build on the longevity of this game. And I also can't stress enough that these are not all things I think or I'm saying should be added instantly. This could be even over the next 18 months. You got next DLC pack. This one would feature Daniel Garcia, Lee Moriarty, Top Flight, and Jamie Hayter. You guys absolutely should know by now how much I love Jamie Hayter. I think if you type in at Deonte DDJ, Jamie, you'll see a lot of tweets. It's been going on for a while, and honestly, I don't back down. I think she is perfect. But with that being said, for as much as the former AEW Women's Champion should be in the game on launch, it doesn't appear that she is going to be, purely because I feel like we would have seen her by now. And that's not necessarily saying that other people in these other DLC packs that I'm about to describe won't be up next or anything like that, but we've got to spread these things out, not everyone can be in the same DLC pack. There is a very good chance that these DLC packs will be coming out more regularly, but they will be smaller than what I'm, wishlisting here. At the moment, we know the DLC packs that are coming out, like Keith Lee and the Bunny, for example, that's only 2 people. FTR, only 2 people. Hookhausen, only 2 people. And so there is a very good chance that maybe they keep the DLC releases small in the Season Pass, or maybe they do a bigger one that's a little bit more expensive. We don't really know yet. But here we go. Let's talk about the next one, which would be the Dark Melodies DLC pack. This one would be a bit bigger, but it would certainly make sense, with the name. We've got the Acclaimed, Julia Hart, Brody King, Buddy Hang on. Buddy Matthews. Almost slipped up. You almost had me. Buddy Matthews, Swerve Strickland, and the Trios Championship. And actually, now that I go ahead and think about it, go ahead and throw 6-man tags and 6-man tornado tags in there as well, because I don't think we saw them on the menu. And I think that's a bit of a no-brainer match type that they add in at some point, considering Trios Championships are a part of AEW. I think this is kind of a no-brainer. We've got the Dark and Brooding part of this, you know, with the House of Black, which I do feel like they may be in a DLC versus actually being on the roster initially, because I feel like we would have seen them by now as well. The Acclaimed as well, obviously it links in with the Melodies thing, and Swerve is an artist in his own right, so it makes sense. And the Trios Championships, obviously if you're completing the House of Black trilogy there, or I should say the House of Black quadruple, then you kind of need to go ahead and add in the Trios Championship. The next one I would have is a Match Types Mayhem DLC. This can feature some of the match types that we didn't see on the menu, you know, things that might not be in the game, like a steel cage match, a TLC match, a stadium stampede, different kinds of match types like that. But there's a bunch of them, and I'm sure you'll let me know down in the comments as to which match types you want to see. Technically Forged in Combat DLC pack, which would feature, you know, real hard hitters and technical wrestlers. Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, Takeshita, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong. This next one I am calling the Appreciate This DLC. This one would feature Angelo Parker, Jake Hager, and Matt Menard. This next one would be called Planet Tag Team Turmoil, combining Planet Jarrett and, of course, you know, a bunch of tag teams. And this one would feature quite a lot of wrestlers, so it might be a bit more expensive, but hear me out. Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett, The Guns, Aussie Open, Santana and Ortiz, and The Butcher and The Blade. I can read your mind. You're thinking, of course, where is Satnam Singh? I also think it would be a no-brainer, and I mean, I think I can guaranteeably see them doing this since they own the damn place. An ROH DLC pack easily, you know, with Roosh and the Briscoes as like a bit of a tribute pack, Willow Nightingale. There's a bunch of people you could put in an ROH DLC. You could even have some throwback attires in there if you don't put them in the item shop, although like I said in my other video, I think like a throwback, white shorts CM Punk is a no-brainer for that item shop. I mean, a legendary attire, it just makes sense. But, you know, the ROH DLC, ton of people in AEW that have an ROH history, it makes sense. Speaking of making sense, they have a partnership with New Japan, so a New Japan DLC feels like a no-brainer at some point as well, down the line. This could even be as far in the future as like next year's Forbidden Door, you know, because obviously we know that this game is going to be built upon, so maybe this is a big promotional deal for next year. We have a New Japan pack featuring like Shibata and Okada, Suzuki, Kenta. I don't know if a collaboration with the promotion Stardom would be pushing it a little bit too far, but seeing Kyrie in this game would make me a happy boy. This next DLC pack is called the Outcast Chaos Makers, which would feature Saraya, Jay White, Juice Robinson, and Toni Storm. Considering she is the AEW Women's Champion, I feel like it's a no-brainer to have posted her entrance or some gameplay by now if she was there on launch. Saraya, obviously, she literally just returned, you know, from retirement like less than a year ago, so I would assume she's going to be in the game at some point, just not straight away. And kind of adding to the chaos, you know, element of this pack, you know, literally just being chaotic characters, Jay White and Juice Robinson, Bullet Club Gold, I can see that easily as well. And finally, I would go ahead and have a big and tall pack with Stokely Hathaway, Sanjay Dutt, and Satnam Singh, because, well, obviously they're all very tall people.